Hello, I'm Robin Bobbitt, Associate Broker and Manager at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services and a member of the Bethel Park Job Fair Planning Team. We're excited to talk about the upcoming Bethel Park Job Fair, happening on Saturday, April 26th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bethel Park Community Center. Whether you're an employer on the lookout for exceptional talent or a job seeker eager to land your next opportunity, this event is designed for you. I'm joined by several members of our job fair planning team who've been instrumental in organizing the event. So I'd like to introduce to you guys Kristen Denny. She's the Bethel Park Municipal Manager. And then we have Tim Mowry with us. He's President and CEO of Vericheck Technical Services Incorporated, as well as Doreen DeFabo. She's Bethel Park Human Resources Director. We also have Connie Rule, who's Executive Director of our Bethel Park Chamber of Commerce. And then we have Heather Campbell with us. She's Director of the Wonder of Learning Center in South Park. Heather has attended the job fair in the past. So as a business person that's been here, she has a unique perspective, and we can't wait to hear from her on that. So together, we're all going to share why the job fair is so important and why it's an incredible opportunity for our employers in Bethel Park as well as our job seekers in Bethel Park. So with that, let's begin. And Kristen, since you're right beside me, let's start with you. Let's dive into what I think is really important about this. Why do we put this job fair on? Why do we do it here in Bethel Park?
So we put this on because one thing post-COVID that everyone had talked about is they were having trouble attracting talent and being able to retain talent. So we wanted a way for our local businesses to connect with the public and our residents, even though it's open to the public for anyone to come. But we have one of the largest populations in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We have a great industrial park. We have South Hills Village, we have the 88 corridor, so we have a great amount of commercial district here. This is just one of the few ways that we can take our business community and our residential community and have them join and make sure that we are giving this ability to really market Bethel Park.
Sure, absolutely. So in terms of the impact like for local businesses in the community, why do you think this is an opportunity for them that's really important for them to take advantage of, as well as these residents? Because I think this is a unique event.
It is very unique, and I think that, especially when you live in the South Hills, you really don't want to travel that far to go to work.
Sure.
So if you're living locally and you have the ability to get a job that is within 5-10 minutes driving distance from your house, I think that gives a lot of stability. And I think also the local businesses enjoy that it is one day that they can see a whole variation of different people come through. So they're able to do a lot of screening and sell their business to a lot of people in one time.
Possibly bringing a lot of people to Bethel Park.
Yes.
Which is great. And
yes.
Then how nice to be able to live, work, and play in Bethel.
Absolutely.
It makes so much better for everybody. So Tim, let's scoot on to you down there. So you've been a part of this since the beginning, since we started this. And you've seen it grow quite a bit since the first one. Was that in fall 2023?
Yes, it was.
Was that okay? So why do you think it's so beneficial for job seekers of all ages? Because we don't just go for somebody that's been in the job career pool for a long time. This could be for high school students, say.
Yeah, it really evolved. Initially, it was more for full-time people, but in 2023, when we originally started this, we really talked about how do we attract more people, and there are more job opportunities. So it's really evolved into something for all ages. It's full-time, part-time, or seasonal work that are available, will be available at the event.
That's great, because that's definitely a big need. We have a diverse population, diverse ages, so we can help everybody find what they're looking for. Okay, so as of right now, how many employers are we at about?
We're over 30 employers,
okay.
And I believe it's over 650 job opportunities that are available for the event.
That's amazing.
It's grown every year.
Yeah, that's really great. So how exciting is this? Okay, and then in the past, how many job seekers have we seen, like, is there an average at each year or each event?
I think it's grown. I think last year's we estimated to be over 200 job seekers. So
Wow.
we have over 650 jobs this year, and we're hoping to grow that number. And it's really to bring people in, as you talked about. It's really fortunate even for me to be able to live in Bethel Park and work in Bethel Park, where you don't have to leave the community. The commute's short, and you're able to, patronize all the businesses locally.
Sure, absolutely. No, I totally agree. It's nice to be able to give this as a service to the community and help our community grow and flourish. So, Doreen, I was going to touch base with you next. You're the Bethel Park Human Resources Director, okay? And you usually provide a lot of assistance to businesses and job seekers in the area. And I know there's a lot of that going on at this event. So, tell me what you guys have set up for the job seekers and or the businesses that are attending it.
Thank you. We have resources from the Bethel Park Library that will provide resume assistance, job assistance, and also PA Women Work will be attending this year at the job fair, and they provide assistance for adults who are re-entering the workforce, entering the workforce for the first time, and maybe making a career change. So we offer services of myself, LinkedIn profile review, resume review, and I'll also help candidates at the job fair with interview tips if they are going to do an on-the-spot interview.
Oh, that's a
Getting
great
them
idea.
prepped.
So when attendees come, they might be able to actually get an on-the-spot interview with one of the businesses that we've got.
Yes.
And then we're going to help them with resumes. Do we have sample resumes we're also going to give out, like as a guide for people?
I do have sample resumes that
Okay.
I'm providing this year for those who don't know how to set up a resume, as well as some resources online for companies that assist with resume development.
Oh, that's nice. How helpful. And this thing about LinkedIn and helping people with their profile on LinkedIn, that's a huge component of job shopping now.
It is a big component today. Everyone seems to be looking at LinkedIn profiles to see what your background is, where you're working, and if your skills match what's on your resume.
Yep. So my son was going through job hunting not too long ago. And first thing he did was he worked on his LinkedIn. So I think they train young people, and us as adults need the same kind of support to figure that out. How can we show our best face on LinkedIn to get a job?
Absolutely.
That's the way the world is right now.
It is.
So, okay, and you mentioned Women's Work. That's such a great, helpful organization for people that are getting back into the workforce, because that's a scary step.
It is. There are women that don't know, or adults that don't know what to do as far as re-entering the workforce. Maybe they have been out as a homemaker, taking
Sure.
care of their families for a long time and either haven't developed a resume or it's been a while since they've developed a resume.
Sure.
So PA Women's Work will help those applicants with that assistance.
So that reminds me of when I was 45 and I decided to get back into the workforce. And I decided to start a career in real estate. So I needed some guidance too. You know, I felt like I was starting over from zero, although in my earlier life, I had done resumes, I had had jobs, but maybe you just feel a little rusty or unsure that your skills match what's needed in the workforce. So I could see how this would really help somebody kind of get it all together and be able to, you know, feel confident and apply for some jobs.
And we have all those resources at the job fair in one place. So what better place to seek some help?
Yeah, absolutely. Connie, I wanted to touch base with you. It's good to see you again, by the way. You're involved with this every year as well. And you're also an advocate for the businesses in the community. So tell me what you feel like is important for businesses to know about this opportunity for them. Why could this help them?
Well, I think a lot of the businesses today have just been so busy in keeping their businesses afloat that they haven't recognized what maybe some of the new workforce needs are and wants are.
Sure.
And that it's important for them to come on board to understand the flexibility that they now have to add to keep their businesses going. And if you go to restaurants today or you don't have the service or whatever, it's because they don't have the help. And there are many opportunities among these businesses. After all, we keep the money in the community. If you work here, you keep the business growing and expanding, which is very important. You have no transportation costs. Your hours are flexible, and the businesses will work with you. That's the other thing we're finding. They will work with you in order to fill their positions, and that's very important. And we're having a women's conference for women, use both, that are re-entering the workforce or currently in the workforce. And this conference will be dealing with all the stressors and the challenges that women go through in getting back into the workforce or now dealing with, that they have their own business. So that's important. And we offer entrepreneur classes. If you want to start a business, we will help you start a business. I just had a man in that stopped to talk to me about an import-export business here in Bethel Park. So we need that type of interest and more people coming to it's important that our businesses know that.
Absolutely. So when when businesses come to the job fair, they can talk to you about all the things that the chamber's offering.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
So the chamber's always been an integral part of this.
Yes, and we placed a lot of people last year. There were a lot in particular that got jobs.
Great.
So they need to come prepared with a resume and prepared that if they do have an interview on the spot, they could get a job.
Right.
And be open to the types of jobs that are available.
So we're going to go to Heather Campbell next. Heather, you have like a firsthand experience that you can share with all of us because you were there as a business. You've done it, you've seen it, and now you're here with us. So what was it like as a business to attend the job fair?
So this will be our third job fair. We've attended 2 previous, and we walked away with an employee from each of those job fairs. Our one employee is coming up on her year anniversary with us next month.
Very good.
So we're really excited about that. We did an on-the-spot interview at the last job fair in the fall, which was phenomenal, and we hired her, and she's been with us coming up on, I believe, 6 months now. Time flies, for sure. As a business owner, we opened in 2021, and basically the tail end of the pandemic as we were figuring out how to keep doing business and keep providing services to families. And so we made multiple attempts to do different types of job fairs through the colleges, through different organizations. And I hate to say it, but they were bombs. We would pay to be a part of that organization's job fair, and there were either no job seekers, or 1 or 2. And there were 15 to 20 employers looking for those people.
Wow.
And so it's so difficult. And when you're in my kind of business, not only are you looking for somebody with breath and a pulse, we require clearances, we require CPR training, we require a lot of different unique things in our business. So when it's 1 or 2 people or a handful of people, you're not finding that variety that we needed. And those people were going to one table, that was it, or just throwing their resume around. This experience for us has been unbelievable. And the feedback that we get after we participated and the opportunity to provide our feedback has been really invaluable because it's a two-way street. It's not just come do this thing, okay, thanks for participating, goodbye. Obviously, I'm here today with all of you. But the feedback and the participation afterwards, Kim has been our point of contact, and she's been really phenomenal about taking feedback that we had and suggestions that we had and really moving forward with that and communicating with us.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you your impression of ours versus others. So it sounds like it's very favorable of what we're providing the community here, and it was a really good experience for you as a business.
Definitely. And even I've referred this job fair to other business owners. I'm part of some networking groups. I just talked about you today at a networking group I came from. Several people asked for the link and more information about the job fair, and I've had colleagues in the job fair at the last one with me there to participate. So I'm referring you guys out to others in the community and the surrounding communities because it was such a great experience on our end. And also, being able to see the variety of businesses there. I mean, I've told my other networking people, I said, you had everybody from Sheetz to the police department and everything in between. So the variety of businesses that were there was really impressive. And you didn't
Sometimes-
really find your competitors sitting across the table from you as well.
That's nice.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
I was going to say sometimes you just need a job. So to go to one place where there are a lot of different industries that you might be able to fit in that you had never thought about could be a great opportunity.
And it was a great way to mingle with other employers who are also dealing with the same stressors that we as a small business are dealing with. Because we're all there seeking employees. So to be able to share some of the experiences that we've had was also really nice, because there's coffee and donuts
Yes.
to the employers as well ahead of the job seekers coming. So it's a great way to mingle and get to know each other and take each other's business cards too.
Yeah, absolutely. Get to know the community members better.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just a great opportunity for everybody to get to know each other in the community and work together for a common goal, which is everybody getting jobs, and then our employers having their positions filled. It's just, you guys have just done a great job in pulling everything together. And I'm excited for the job fair, coming up here for us. Thank you, everyone. We hope that after watching this, you're excited to attend our April 26th Spring Job Fair. To learn more, see all of the attending employers and open positions, and register your business, visit bethelparkpa.gov/job fair. Also, please share this information to help spread the word about this amazing free event. We look forward to seeing you there.